welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea. I am currently just sipping on the last of this water. Yep, because hydration is important. I mean, even though I don't drink enough water, I don't think, but it is important. Do as I say, not as I do, because I'm a bad example. But I also have the most important thing for me, and that is my cup mug. Uh-huh. Ooh, panel full of cup mugs, a panel full of cup mugs. And, uh, 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 okay, that's it. And you can get your cup mug or any of our beautiful cup merch at lologyscreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically here in the United States, Canada, and Mexico, so there are no excuses. Get your cup merch, period.
Well, I'm David Healy, and I may be the only person in the world who hates pickles more than Polly. But right now, I'm just drinking some water. I hate pickles. I would have thrown it in the dirt.
I don't hate pickles, but if I was Polly, I would hate pickles right now. I would hate pickles with every breath that I have in me. I would hate pickles right now. But we are here talking Survivor Australia, episode 16.
Hmm.
Whew, woo, we are getting up there. But we're going to talk all about that. But first, before we jump into it, y'all know what to do. Please subscribe to this channel because we are on a mission on here on the Cup TV and across all of our channels to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So we need your help. We see you all subscribing. We see the subscribers coming in, and we thank you so much. Very, very appreciate you. But we can use some more. So if this is your first time joining us, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We appreciate you joining. And if you could just do us a solid and hit that subscribe button, it's free, it's quick to do. Have a second. Go ahead and do it right now while I'm talking, and we will appreciate. Thank you. I saw you do it. Thank you so much. Oh, you over there did it. Thank you too. You're great. You're awesome. Now you over there sitting there thinking about it, but I think you want to do it. So just go ahead and do it. But we'll keep talking, but hit it anytime. Um, and we have, like I said, we have 3 other channels that you can subscribe to. All those links will be in the description below in our link tree. Just go click it, click on them if you're a fan of Drag Race or Drag, if you're a fan of Eurovision Song Contest, or if you're a fan of WWE Wrestling, we got a channel for you. So click those channels and subscribe to those channels. We appreciate you. Um, Also, our audio podcast links are in the description below. Click on that so you can follow us and hear all the times where we put out a video on our audio podcast. And you check us out on the go. That is where you do it. So check out our audio podcast links. Our Patreon is there and open and available. We have a lot of fun things planned and a lot of things already there. So check out our Patreon link. And yeah, help us out. Support us. And we'll continue to give you the best content that we can give you. So thanks. David. Episode 16.
Hmm.
I've been waiting all week for this. And I have to say I'm a little underwhelmed.
You
I've been
mean
waiting
the biggest
all
twist
week.
ever?
The biggest twist ever.
This has
Son,
never been done before.
I was like, hell is it? Okay. All right. I was so underwhelmed. I was like, not that. Not y'all hyping it up for something. And this is what you give me.
Hmm. The good
Uh,
news is, after this episode, we might be done with non-elimination episodes for the season.
let us hope. Let us hope. Because
Hmm.
I'm tired. I'm I'm tired. But and yeah, I'm tired. That's it. I'm just tired. But we come back and Laura's gone. And well really from that, Logan starts to realize that She didn't have any friends on this tribe. She did not have any friends. She thought she had friends,
Just Karin.
just Karen, because Karen was the only one to tell her to use her idol, and everybody else just let her just sit there, and she didn't have any friends. And
Exactly.
now she's upset about it.
hmm No, I can't blame her for being upset. But we see her and Karin talking, and Karin's like, "Look, nobody knows that I did that, so let's keep it that way." And obviously, I can see why she wouldn't want that news to get out. Um, but what's interesting to me is I was thinking after the last episode, I was like, well, maybe the graduates are going to work together for a while.
Right.
But we quickly realize, probably not, because we
Yeah,
see,
no.
yeah, we see the guys from the graduates talking. AJ's suspicious. He's like, I think Karen might have told. I think she might have tipped off Logan.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Right.
He's
And
totally
Caitlin
not.
pipes up. Caitlin's like, you know what? I think she's getting a little bit too much power. I think there are certain people capable of doing things in the game, and a lot of them are right here. But Karen's
Mhm.
one of them too, so I think we should take her out. And I'm like, well, the graduates are over.
Graduates are done. I was like, that's a wrap on that because
Yep.
they were done. I was shocked. We got a little bit um, more strategy from Kalen in this episode where
Mhm.
people he was like you said, piping up and saying what he thinks, and but he also made sure to let everybody know that he's going to be very in that middle, and he go along with what he thinks is right, and
Mhm.
I think he's doing it right. I think Caitlin's like, let me hear the plans, figure it out, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna make my decision for what I think is best for me, which is what you should do.
Yep. It's a great way to play. I don't know that it's a great way to let other people know that you're playing that. So he needs to be careful.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Um, but we do see Logan going around camp the next morning, and she's talking to everybody, just like letting them know how she feels. Like, I don't appreciate how you didn't come to me. I thought she was like, the lines are blurred between personal friendships and gang relationships. And I feel like I took some people as a personal relationship that that was a real true relationship, and they just it didn't work out. And so I'm upset. So she talks to Kristen, and Kristen's like, I know, I'm sorry. I know you don't, you know, we see her talk to Zara, and I'm like, Zara pulls her, and she's like, yeah, I don't know what my friends are in this game. I don't think I have any. And so I was like, that wasn't what we wanted to do. I'm like, girl, that's
Yeah.
what you wanted to do.
I don't love how Logan is doing this, to be honest, because it feels like she's trying to make them feel guilty.
Yes,
And rarely that works in
it doesn't
Survivor,
work.
because when you try to guilt people, then that makes them even more justify what they did. So, and AJ pointed it out too. He's like,
Hmm.
she might be doing more damage to her game than good right now.
I mean, because honestly, if somebody tried to guilt me, like, I thought we were friends, and I can't believe you would do this, and I don't know if our relationship is real. Okay, then I'll let you go
Yeah.
because I don't think you will ever trust me again,
Yeah.
and
I'd be
that I don't
more,
need.
yeah, I'd be way more inclined if somebody came up to me, said, I get the move, I get it.
Right.
How can we move forward though? Because I don't have options
Absolutely.
and I would love to work with you still. So that would be the way to win me back.
Absolutely. That would be the way I'd be like, okay, girl, let's see what we can do. But this one was that's not it. But she talks to Zara, Kristen, and Kate, and she's just doing the same spiel of like, I can't believe I thought we were better than this. I thought we were friends, and I'm like, but I, it's just I don't know. I would be so like turned off
hmm
by that type of behavior instead of like, yeah, now I'm willing to work with you because now I feel guilted into doing it, and then that doesn't feel good either. So it's like, I think we just cut our losses here. Like, I'm sorry you feel that way.
hmm Yeah, but Karen is trying to weaponize Logan. She sees her as a tool for her still. I'm like, well, she's not a tool with much agency at this point. But we see a conversation with Karin and Miles, and they're trying to figure out like how they can kind of play both sides, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was Miles who was getting nervous that AJ is getting too close to the
Mm-hmm.
girl, so he wants to kind of break that up.
Right. And he's not wrong either, because
Yeah.
AJ is definitely trying to start a new alliance with Morgan and Kate, and it's it's a very strong possibility that it has happened when Miles was talking about it, but it definitely came into like a real thing later on in the episode where they actually did have a conversation and was like, yeah, we go lock this in, and it was like, okay. But Miles is concerned, and Miles and Karen is like, we just need to figure out how to weaken AJ. What's our best bet to weaken AJ at this point, without really getting rid of AJ? Because Miles doesn't want to get rid of AJ. He just needs to weaken him and make sure he's fully on his side instead of having other options. And so Colin is like, we just got to break up the girls. If we break
Hmm.
up the pair of Morgan and Kate, we can get, you know, AJ back
Hmm.
or whatever. And but then we also see AJ talking
To Kate.
to Kaylin, and he's just like, we gotta get rid of Cass.
Yeah. No more power for her.
No more power. And Kaylin is like, yeah, I put this idea in AJ's head, and now he can't get it out. It's stuck in there, and he go run with it. But then Kaylin was like, but I can't be a part of it.
Yep. I'm washing
I
my
can't.
hands of it.
I'm,
It's
I'm
on
watching
you.
my. Y'all get it? Y'all had a number. Kaylin's like, I see the train rolling. I won't stop the train, but I'm not going to be in front of, like, I'm not going, be a part of that. Like, I'm just going to let the train roll over. And to be honest, I've done that once before in a game. It can only work once. It can only work once. You can't play that game of, y'all do it. I'm going to be over here, and and think everybody's gonna be okay with it. You can only do that
Hmm.
once. And so I hope Kalen is careful and he is not
Yeah.
thinking that's the move the entire game.
Now you probably didn't pick up on this, but when Kalen's explaining that to us, he compares himself to Steve Bradbury, and Steve Bradbury was somebody who was on season 3 of Survivor, Champions versus Contenders,
Hmm.
and I did not get the context. Like Steve Bradbury is not somebody that made enough of an impression on me. So I'm like, was he in a similar position? And I'm just completely forgetting. It's been years since I've watched that season. So if anybody in the comment got the comparison and how it relates to Kaylin, please let us know in the comments.
I mean, I knew it was an old Survivor reference. I knew it was an Australian. I was like, oh, I will never know who Steve
Yeah.
is. So I'm just not gonna even rack my brain about it. But when he said, I was like, okay, he's comparing himself to another Survivor player, which most Survivor players tend to do. And so I was like, okay. But I had no idea. I had
Mhm.
no idea
Part of
who
me
he
was
was.
like, is he comparing himself to Steve Bradbury out of Survivor or in Survivor? Because he's like a famous ice skater, I want to say, or something. Something I can't remember. He was a champion on that season,
Okay.
so I don't know.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, he is going to try to just stay neutral, underground, but still work with the people he said he was going to work with. And that's what we do see the Morgan, Kate, AJ plan coming to fruition. They were like, and Kate was like, yeah, we have discussed it. We definitely want to work with you, AJ. AJ's like, great. We'll work together. We'll figure things out, and yada yada. Like, okay, they're a thing. Cool. Miles is funny to me. He is funny to me, especially in this episode, because Miles was like, I'm going to let AJ, I'm going to tell AJ everything he wants to hear.
Hmm.
And he wants to get rid of Cass, and that's what he wants to do. But that is not in my plan. He was like, because I see myself going very deep in this game with Cass, and I don't want to get rid of her right now. So we're gonna have to figure something else out. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna let AJ feel like he got the power right now. But in his mind, I was like, this is the Miles I'm talking about because he is definitely not playing AJ's game and he has his own game, but he's not going to be like, but I'm going to be the leader in front of
Mm,
AJ. In his confessionals, he's the Rat King. He knows he's like, I'm the Rat King, I'm the Jungle Rat or whatever, and I'm gonna do it. But when it comes to talking, I was like, see, Miles is doing this right. You talk in the confessionals. You speak all your ish in the confessionals and talk all your talk. Talk that talk. But then when you're in front of everybody, it's like, oh, well, yeah, whatever you want to do, we'll figure it out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do what you
yep.
want to do.
It's crazy how much his position has changed
Oh
since
my
the beginning of the game
gosh.
because I really feel like he's in one of the best spots of anybody in this
Yeah.
cast. And I keep going back and forth between four people on who I think is going to win the season. And now I think I'm on Miles after this episode. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've had Polly. I haven't had Polly in a while, but Kaylin and Karen, I
Hmm.
keep going back and forth between all of them.
I
Um,
think
I like that
with,
though. I like that.
yeah, I like that too. And I think with throwing Kate in the mix now for me, I
Mhm,
can see her being a contender if, but I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot of contenders I think I'm going back and forth between to see who is the who could win this game because
mhm,
it's a lot. But so we go to the reward challenge
yep,
and everybody walks in and they like, oh, we know what this is. This is auction time.
mhm.
Yes, it's time for the auction. I
It's
want to
not
make a
what you
bid.
think.
What? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Mm.
It's not what I. JLP. What? It's you're behind the bench. We're sitting over here. It's auction, right? Mm. No, no, it's not. It's not because this is what he was like. Well, in the previews, what we got, this was the game-changing twist, right?
That's what I thought. I thought it was this.
But man, I was like, okay, if this, let's see what this is. I was excited for it. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be good. And so he's like, it's not how you think it is. This is not what you think. He goes, I'm bring out some things under a cloche. Covered is covered. And you get to one by one, everybody come down and if you feel lucky, because it's gonna be heads and tails, and if you do hit the right one, you can uncover one and then make a decision if you want that one or you want the covered one.
Mhm.
Heads and tails. And I'm like, okay, okay. Something juicy is about to happen here, right? um, so I think Miles goes first. Yeah, Miles
Yeah.
goes first. And he flips, he says, tails is heads.
Mhm.
And so he has the blind pick, and he picks the one on the right. Unlock, it's a loaf of bread, just a big old loaf of bread. And I was
Yep.
like,
Plain bread.
take it. I would take it. I'm like, thanks. I like good bread, especially if it's soft. I'll eat it.
Sure.
I will
It's
eat
not
it.
exciting, but
Not exciting, but
lots
it's
of
filling.
carbs.
It's some carbs. It's filling. Shoot, give me some water. It's gonna stretch out and be full.
Mhm.
So he was happy with his bread. And
Yep.
then
Polly was second.
Polly was next. My AirPod was connecting. Polly was next, and he goes up and he flips and he gets the right one. He
He
gets the right
does.
one. I was gonna say he does. And so he opens one and it's a phone. And he's like, quickly, hard pass, dope. I want that.
Pass.
He's like, they're like, oh,
Honestly, I would have done the same thing
yeah, me
because
too.
I mean, I would definitely need food at that point. I can go a long
Mhm.
time without talking to my family, so I don't know that that would have given me any sort of added
And-
strength to continue in the game.
Yeah,
I
no.
want food.
I want food too. And I would have did the same thing because it's like, number one, I think sure it would be like, oh yay, I get to talk to my family, but like I said, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten anything and I want to eat something good. And number two, I feel like sometimes talking to the folks might be a downfall because now I'm starting to miss them. Now I'm like, oh, I see them. I've heard their voice. I miss them so much. And now I'm thinking about them instead of what I came here to do. I'm focused on the game. I can't be focused on my family and what they're doing. We'll focus on that when I
Mhm.
get home. So yeah, I would have said hard pass too. And let me get what's under this thing. And he does it. And he takes off the cover, and it's a pickle on a stick.
I would have been so pissed.
Well, I would
I
have
don't think that's
been.
fair. That's not fair because he didn't have a good food choice. That's not fair.
I think a pickle. They couldn't have gave him like a sandwich, like just a little bologna sandwich. Like it don't have to be nothing huge if you wouldn't go since he passed up something big like a phone call. But like a pickle, and it was a baby pickle. It wasn't even a big like. You gonna give me a pickle? I need the big pickles like I used to have when I was a kid. Well, we used to get from the candy store, the pickle in the bag with the peppermint stick in the middle. Like, oh, you give that man a baby gherkin. That pickle about that big.
Wait,
It's about this
peppermint in
big.
the middle of a pickle?
Absolutely. Back in
What?
the day when we had those big pickles that you used to get from the candy lady, we used to go to the candy lady, get the big pickle, and she'll put it in there, and then we'll get a peppermint stick and stick it right in the middle, and just oh.
What in the world? I've never heard of this.
Uh, welcome to Black culture, David.
I guess so.
It was a beautiful thing, and every child in my age range, or 30 to my yeah, ask anybody 30 and up. They'll be like,
Mm.
"Yep, pickle with the yep, yep, yep."
I
It's so
just don't
good.
understand. Like, who had vinegar and was like, you know what? Let me put something in this vinegar and let it just sit there and marinate, and that'll make it taste even better. Like, who
It
thought that?
does. It
Ugh,
does.
no.
It does.
Ugh,
Pickles are good. Pickles are so good, especially the good ones. Okay, let's move on because you and I will never agree on pickles.
no. No.
But
Kaylin's next.
Kaylin is next, and so Kaylin goes and he doesn't pick the right one, so he has to do a blind one, and
Plain white
he
rice.
gets plain white rice like he always gets. And Kaylin's like, "Hey, it's fuel. It's
True.
fuel. It's good." I'm like, "True." And it's your own bowl. You ain't got to share with nobody else. It's a nice sized bowl of rice. I'd be like, "Can I have some butter on this rice or something?" Like just white rice with nothing. Okay, no seasonings. All right. But it's fuel. And then I think Morgan goes next,
Mm-hmm.
and she gets coconut water.
Yep. I'm like, are there going to be good food items under
Right? I'm
here?
like, what is this? Like, she got having coconut on the beach. Like, get
Hmm.
out of here.
I have you had uh water like straight from a fresh coconut?
I hate coconuts.
Okay. See, I like coconuts, but I went to Bali a little over a year ago. So I'm like, "Oh, let me try this coconut." And oh, I did not like it. Oh, it tasted like dirty water. Oh.
I don't like coconuts, period. So I wouldn't
It
like
didn't taste like
coconut.
coconut though.
It just tastes like
It
dirty
tastes like
water.
dirty water inside a coconut. Like I
Okay.
wish it tasted like coconut. I would have liked it.
Yeah, yeah, nah. Like, I don't want anything coconut near anything I eat
Yeah.
or drink. But
Mm.
but
I
now
think
that I
my
know it tastes like dirty water,
yeah.
I'm even further away from that.
I don't know if this is a hot take, but I don't get any extra enjoyment out of seeing these people not get good food items. Like,
No.
why can't we just let them have good food?
That's what I'm like. Give them something, even if
Right.
it's not like a full course steak dinner or pizza or anything. Give them a ham sandwich. Give them a turkey club. Give them a BLT. Like something like it. I don't know, but
It gets better from
then
here.
it does. It does. So we do see after Morgan uh was it Zara?
Karin. Yep,
Oh,
Karin.
Karin. Karin.
Mhm.
So Karin goes.
She also guesses wrong.
Yeah, she guesses wrong, but she gets a big old hunk of key lime pie.
Is that what it was? I thought they said lemon
Oh,
meringue,
lemon
but I'm like,
meringue. It was lemon meringue. It
I
was
thought it
lemon
was
meringue.
key lime though at first
I
when I
thought it was
saw it.
key lime because I thought the lime was
Yeah.
on the side. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's key lime pie, but they said lemon meringue. And I was like,
Okay. I'll
oh,
believe you.
sure. Y'all look, y'all made it. I didn't.
right?
I mean, I would have preferred lemon meringue over key lime pie because if you gave me key
Mm.
lime pie, I'm mad. I'm like,
Then
yeah.
neither of them are my favorite kind
I
of
don't
pie.
like either of them either. But if I had to choose between the two, it'd be lemon
Fair,
meringue.
fair.
But so after Kyron goes, then it was Zara.
Zara. Hmm.
And Zara goes and she gets a nice steak dinner
And fries. Mm.
and fries. And that steak looked good. I was like, ooh, they look like they cooked
Yeah.
this steak just right.
I know. Well, I'm like, did they cook it just right for me? Probably not, because I like my steak well done. If I eat steak, I know I'm a maniac, but
No, I mean, I used to eat my steak well done too because I didn't like any pink. But then I learned, I was like, oh no, medium well is okay. Medium well is all right.
it's just the thought that bothers me. Like, I don't want to be reminded that I'm eating a dead animal. Does that make sense?
No, because you eat chicken,
Yeah, but it
same
doesn't
dead
feel
animal.
it doesn't feel like it looks like a dead. If it's chicken on a bone, I won't eat it because it reminds me that it's dead animal.
So you don't eat chicken on the bone,
Nope, never. I eat
but
chicken
you eat
nuggets,
chicken
chicken
fingers.
tenders. Yeah, I'll do all
That's just
that.
the chicken off the bone.
Yeah, I like the chickens that were born without bones.
Uh,
Those are my favorite kind.
mm, yeah, those non-existent boneless
And
chicken.
cows that
Uh-huh.
were born without blood
Right.
and bones.
I mean, fine. I like medium well because it's more tender than a
Mm,
well done steak. I mean, I used to eat well done steak when I was definitely younger. I was like, well done because I don't want to see any pink, no pink at
right.
all.
Give me
But it'd be
country
so
fried
hard.
steak. Mm,
No.
I'll
Which
do
is
that.
just chicken,
No,
but
well,
no
there's
bones.
country fried chicken and country fried steak. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. Either one's good.
Either one's from a dead animal, but it's okay. It's okay.
No, it's not, Lana. Don't say that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot you had boneless and not chicken,
Yes.
not okay. But yeah, she got the steak dinner and the fries, and so she's very happy.
And Polly's
Uh
fuming, fuming.
Polly, every time somebody gets something, they cut back to Polly and we get Polly getting more and more agitated. He's getting more and more agitated, like, oh, I
I
am
can't blame him.
so mad. I can't blame him either, because like a pickle on a stick. Okay, sick. So after Zara goes Kate. And so Kate picks one and she gets it right. So the one she picks, he takes it off and it's a scroll. And I was like, oh, this is where the game changing twist is gonna happen. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna open it. Because she was like, I really want food though, but I'm gonna open it. And
Mhm.
she opens the scroll and the scroll says, you could steal any item from anybody. And I was like, oh,
Wah, wah.
oh, not the
That's
game.
great for her.
Great for her, but not a game changing twist.
Right.
Okay. Well, whatever. Um, and so she's like, okay, well, I'm the worst person you can give this to, but not really, because I'm gonna use it.
I think I would probably just be like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna keep this fair. The next good food item, I'm gonna take it. So know that it's not targeted. I'm just taking whatever's good that shows up next." But then
Right.
everybody else will be like, "Well, I'm not going next."
I'm not going next, then you have to wait. You just have to wait. I would have just been like, y'all know exactly what's about to happen, so let's not act crazy. And I think the next person who happens to be Kristen,
Hmm.
she goes and she picks lasagna and beer.
Hmm.
And she just turned around like, yes, Kate. Okay, Kate.
Yeah,
And Kate was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to take that,
gimme.
Kristen. I would have took it too. I would have been like, give me that lasagna. You can keep the beer,
I would
but
have
give me the
taken it,
lasagna.
right. I would have taken it too, but I think I would have regretted it uh, very shortly afterwards.
I wouldn't have regretted it at all. I'd be like, baby, you know the game, and you know I'm not gonna not take this scroll. Like that's crazy. I'm hungry too. I'm like, and you know it's not personal.
I'd just rather have something else that shows up.
Nothing else showed up except a phone call,
That's not
David.
true. That's not true. We had AJ
Oh,
go next.
oh, AJ. Yes, I forgot about AJ. And he got pizza, which
That's
would have
what I
been
would
great.
take,
Yeah, that would have been good too. I would
even
have took
though it was
that too.
pepperoni, which isn't my favorite, but I can deal with pepperoni.
I would have tore that pepperoni up after 20 something days of not eating. I would have tore that
Mhm.
pepperoni
See, wouldn't
up.
you rather have pepperoni pizza than lasagna?
Oh no, I'm a lasagna girl.
Funny, I just had lasagna.
Oh, I
I
want some
just had
lasagna.
lasagna.
I really want some lasagna. I want lasagna. That's
Mhm.
gonna happen this week. I'm definitely gonna make that
I
happen
had
this week at
Alfredo
some point.
lasagna that had chicken and broccoli on it. It was good
You
from
are evil.
Fazoli's.
You're
Mm.
evil, David. You're
I
evil.
wonder if that's why I got it, because I got it right after I watched this episode. So I wonder if
Probably.
it was like in my brain, like you need lasagna now.
Lasagna. Yeah, because I just watched the episode and now I want lasagna.
Mm.
I think they did their job because I'm gonna get lasagna this week at some point. I don't know when. I don't know where I'm gonna get it from, but I'm gonna get it. Um, but yeah, he got the pizza and he ate the pizza, and then last but not least, it was Logan, and she got a phone call from home, which is what she wanted. She wanted a
She wanted
letter,
letters.
and they were like, "Well,
Sorry.
not a letter. How about a phone call?" She was like, "That's even better. Oh my god." So
Hmm.
she talked to her husband for a quick 3-minute call, and everybody was happy for her.
She did. But did you notice this one question? She said she asked her husband, "Did Lola get into primary school?"
Right.
And he said yes. And then everybody cheered. And I'm like,
Yes.
was there any question? Like, was her daughter like at risk of not getting accepted to go to primary school?
Yeah, I
Is
think
that a thing?
maybe the primary school that she wanted to, maybe it was a private school.
Oh, maybe so. But it
Because
was like,
some people are on waiting lists to go to these private schools.
yeah,
So
Mr. Logan, I'm sorry to tell you that we reviewed your daughter's resume, and yeah, she's not allowed to go to school. She's gonna
she's
have to
not
stay
accepted.
home. She's gonna have to stay home and be dumb. Sorry.
No. I definitely think it was a specific private school that she was trying to get
Maybe.
her in, because, like, you know how these private schools now waiting lists for
Yeah.
kindergarten and
And they
preschools.
and they are, I guess he's
He's a
AFL,
professional
right?
athlete, yeah,
Mhm.
AFL. So he's one of those athletes and got money, and they trying to get into the best private schools for their kids. So
Could you imagine though if he was like, "No, she
no.
didn't get in.
What
Sorry,
if he
Lola.
what if he just said yes just because she knew she was on TV?
I
And
don't
then
wanna
when she get
ruin this
home,
moment
I
for
don't want to
you, so
ruin this
yes."
moment, but yes, she did. And when she get home, no, she actually didn't. They said no. I'll be like, oh my God. But
No, Lola.
oh no, no, Lola. But we're happy for Lola. She's,
Mhm.
as far as we know, she went to primary school. So on you,
She
girl.
did.
Um, so she got a phone call and everything's great. So then they go back to camp. And that's that. And I was like, where is the game changing twist? Well, all right. Mhm. So we go back to camp.
For a very, very long time,
Yes. I was like, what is happening tonight?
huh?
Because I said, this is abnormally long for in between a reward challenge and the immunity challenge. This
Yeah.
is too long. I said, what is
No,
that?
it's the opposite. It's actually the opposite. It's the shortest in between reward and immunity ever.
I
I
just
swear
wanted it.
it was like 3 minutes long. It was like, "What? We're already going back to immunity challenge?"
I just wanted to know what was happening at this immunity tribal council, because I was like,
Mhm.
we are getting through everything rather
So fast.
quickly. What is happening right now? And so we get back to camp and they're like, okay, well, this is what's happening. This is what we're thinking. Everybody was talking about the rewards with her. Polly's still upset about the pickle, which he
Mhm.
should be. I'd be pissed. And then not a whole lot that happened unless
Yeah.
I'm missing something.
We see AJ talking to Kate and Morgan, and he's like, "I'm worried that the Kaz is going to come for you. I think she specifically wants to either break up your duo or mine and Miles' duo. So we need
Right.
to be worried about her." And then they AJ and Kate go and talk to Miles, and he just nods and agrees, and just pretends like yeah, she's going to be a big threat. Um, but she's not great at endurance. uh, so
I can beat her in the end.
yes, so Miles wants to keep her. He's okay with keeping her, but he just pretends to their face that he's not into it,
Yeah.
or that he is into voting her out.
Yeah.
But literally, that's all we got in
That's
between
it.
the challenge.
That's it. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So we go to the challenge and we see the line of boards hanging up with some balls on the end. and they come in. Kaylin gives the necklace back, and the challenge is put your foot on the end of the beam, and you have to hold it there and keep your ball balanced. Can't touch your leg, but
Hmm.
that's the only rule. You can't touch your leg, and you gotta hold it there. And so everybody's like, "Oh, okay." Another endurance challenge. Just so
Yep,
many endurance challenges.
it is
So many endurance challenges. I'm like, when are we gonna get back to like not endurance
true.
challenges?
Although I like it because it usually favors the women, and a lot of times, like we see challenges that don't favor women. So I'm cool with this.
I mean, I'm cool with, but it's been five in a row, like
Hmm.
five. Like I definitely am here to keep it balanced and favor the women. 'Cause, yes, but can we get something else? For me as a viewer, I just want a little bit of mixed up.
Sure.
Just a little bit. Like, can we get? And next week it's the same thing. I'm just saying, it's more endurance. I'm just. We're not gonna get it next week, guys. I know that for sure. But could we get a little bit of something else? Even like the ball in motion thing, like
Hmm.
something, a little something different. But we'll see. We'll definitely see. But they get in position, they get it started, and everybody's gone. And so everybody's pretty much sure that Kalen is going to do pretty well in this. And I was like,
Hmm.
he a big dude. I don't know if he can hold that weight up. And sure enough, 5 minutes in, I think,
Yep.
Kalen,
Well, within 5 minutes,
within
like
5 minutes,
four people were out within 5 minutes.
within 5 minutes, yeah, Kalen dropped first, and then it
Hmm.
was like a domino effect. Zara
Yep.
dropped behind him, uh,
Then AJ,
then AJ, then
then Karin.
yeah, all them dropped in a row, and I was like, my gosh, just
Yeah.
that quickly.
It's not a great challenge for the graduates, apparently. Wait,
Only Miles,
guess who was out fifth? At least he lasted more than 5 minutes, but Miles was out fifth.
yeah, he lasted longer than all of them, but
Literally,
yeah,
they were the first five out. That's so
yeah,
funny.
that's so funny. That's wild. But yeah, so Miles was out fifth. Then it was Paulie,
Hmm.
and then it was
Morgan.
Morgan, which surprised a lot of people. And it
Hmm.
surprised me too because she was solid. She wasn't moving for a while. Then
Yeah.
all of a sudden it just started rolling, and once that rolling happened, she couldn't stop the momentum. And so then it was Morgan, and so that left us with Kate, Logan,
And Kristen.
And Kristen. And so then Kristen drops,
Hmm.
and so we have a showdown between Kate and Logan. And it starts going on so long, they're like, "Can we make it harder?" I was like, "Oof, y'all." So he's like, "Hands behind your head, and if you take your hand off, you're out." And so they're like, "Okay." So they put their hands, so they on one foot, and their hands behind their head, and they're trying to balance. Kate is a rock. She has
Hmm.
not moved, and she is laser focused. Like her eyes, she found whatever she was looking at, zeroed in on it. She was just like,
Right.
I was like, oh my. Okay, girl. Okay. And so Logan is like, she trying. She wobble a little bit, but she's straight, not too much. And then she gets distracted by a spider on her shoe. She was like, it's a spider on my shoe. I was like, girl, let that
Hmm.
spider be on your shoe. As
Yep.
long as it don't crawl up your leg, let it be on your shoe. She's like, it's a spider on my shoe.
Yep. It
It's a
reminded
spider.
me. There's a scene in Jurassic Park 2, which was, I love the Jurassic Park movies, but everybody's hiding from these T Rexes or a T Rex, and they go under this little waterfall, and there's a guy in there, like a big burly guy with a beard, and they're all chill, like hiding from this T Rex that is just outside of that waterfall. And then he sees a centipede crawling on him, and he's like, "Oh no, 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 no!" And he just starts freaking out and jumps out of the waterfall. And that T Rex just snatched him up. And I'm like, "It was a centipede. Like you gave your
Centipede.
life up because you didn't want a
For a
centipede on
centipede?
you.
Baby, I would have been
Like,
like, flick,
you're
just flick
giving
it
your
off
life up
you.
because you have a spider on you."
Right.
It was a big
I was,
centipede, to be fair.
I mean, well, how big was it, about that
It was
big?
like this big, like a really big one.
Okay,
It was
at that
basically like
point,
a big snake.
yeah, at that point, I'm like, centipede, T-Rex. I'm gonna just like grab the centipede and
Yeah,
throw it off.
he didn't have to say anything. He could have just grabbed it.
Right, just
She
go ahead.
couldn't have just grabbed the spider, though.
No, she couldn't grab the spider though, but Logan's was a little bit different from but the spider was her undoing. And
Mm,
she lost that. And Kate wins immunity.
good for her.
Good for her. Good for her. Karen is not happy about that. Karen did
No.
not want, and I'm surprised, David, because we talked about this on the last episode. We said when they go after Morgan and Kate, they're probably going to go after Morgan
Morgan.
first, and we
Mhm.
were
Yep.
wrong. They want to go after
I mean,
Kate first,
we
but
were we were wrong about the intentions, but maybe kind of right about what
they
ends up
want to go after
transpiring.
her.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so I was like, okay, well, that's cool. That's cool. I just thought they would go after the Olympian first, but I think
Mhm.
since Kate just showed her dominance and was in several challenges now at this point, they going after her. But so Karen's not happy because Kate has won immunity. That just puts a wrinkle in her plans. But they're like, if we can't go get Kate, we'll just get Morgan.
Mm.
And that's pretty much what she was thinking. Like, we'll figure it out. So they get back to camp, and everybody is off doing their scramble. Everybody's talking and getting in their little groups. They get together with AJ and Miles first, try to talk together, but Karen is right there,
Mhm.
right behind her. He's like, Karen's coming, Karen's coming. He's like, oh, okay. And so they talk, and so they're like, what are we thinking? And so they're like Morgan and Polly, and so they're like, oh, I mean, they're like, but AJ said that Miles like, Polly's your guy, right? And Miles was like, yeah, but he can go anytime he wants to. I'm not that connected to Paulie. If we
Right.
want to get rid of him, get rid of him. And so they're like, well, I don't know about that. What about Morgan and
Logan.
Logan? And so Carton is like, yeah, that's fine. We
Sure.
do the split between Morgan and Logan. That's fine. 5 on Morgan, 3 on Logan, 2 on
2.
Paulie, or
Which
2
is
on
weird.
Logan, 3 on Paulie. Like, why?
I'm not used to, like, a three-person split like this. I'm like, "Okay."
I don't even understand the reason why at that point, but they're like, okay, but that's what we'll do. We'll split up. And Card asked AJ, you want to do Logan? He's like, I'm gonna do Morgan or Logan. I don't care. Trying to be sound very inconspicuous, knowing he doesn't want to do Morgan. So I would have been like, but he can't say that because if he says it, like, oh, because you want to work with them, you're working with them. I got it. So he was like, no, we do either one. It's fine. And so they're like, okay, Morgan, Paulie, Logan. That's who we do the split on.
Mhm.
Cool. Walk
It's
away.
funny because each of the 3 kind of have, like, one of their chess pieces up,
Hmm.
for elimination in this, so it's kind of like who's gonna who's gonna seem super invested in keeping their person. Like, it's almost a bluffing game between all 3 of them. Like, Miles is like, "Polly can go." AJ, "Morgan can go." Karen, "Logan can go."
Right. Either one, it doesn't matter to me.
Who cares?
But who cares? I'm fine as long as it's not me, right? All
Mhm.
right. So soon as Karen leaves, Logan, I mean not Logan, AJ is kind of like, I don't think I want to do Logan. And but Miles was like, sure, okay.
Something sus, he says.
Yeah, and he's like, what's sus? And he's like, I don't know, something is sus about Karen, and but Miles was like, oh, okay. He's like,
Yeah,
no. Then he picks Karen. He was like, why don't we do Karen
right.
instead?
He says, "I think she knows that we're going for her." And he says, "The only way that she would know is if one of the old, Brawn women told her or if you told her." And I was like, "That almost seems accusatory towards Miles."
And that's when I was like, I didn't tell her nothing.
Yeah, and
But
he didn't.
I he didn't. He didn't tell her anything. She just figured out what you were doing, AJ, because you're not that slick.
Right.
Um, but they're going back and forth trying to figure out what they're doing. If
Mhm.
they go do it on Cass, if they go do it on Logan, or they go do it on Morgan. A lot of names are
Yep.
being thrown
It
around at
was
this
actually
point.
Miles that was like, "Let's just go with Logan on this."
Right. It'll be
Um,
the easier thing. We can just go Logan.
mhm. So they need to get some numbers behind them to get Logan out. So they go and they talk to Polly and Morgan first, and they all just agree, yeah, we're all going to vote Logan. We'll just tell them this, and then they tell them, they're like, well, who's the split between? And they're like, well, it was supposed to be between you two. That's what
Hmm.
Kaz thinks, is that it's going to be most on you, Morgan, and then you get the second most, Polly. So they're spilling
Look
all
at
the
this.
secrets.
They're spilling all the secrets and all this stuff is going around. And so now they're like, what do you mean it's gonna be, people are starting to question these plans. Like,
Mhm.
what do we do here? I don't know if I like this plan. Let's figure it out and flip it around.
Yep. And
AJ's
Miles
ready
thinks they
for,
have enough numbers. They're like, we're good. We don't need to tell anybody else. We got
yeah,
this.
we got this. AJ apparently is like, no, we need more.
His whole thing is like, oh, I don't want people to be mad for being left out on the plan. I like to tell people information because I'm a vault,
Hmm.
with an open door.
Hmm. Open door and no ceiling.
Yes.
He is a
My
vault
code
with
is
no.
1111. I'm a vault.
I am a vault.
So
I'm a
he
vault. Echoes and it echoes because it has no ceiling and everybody outside the vault heard it.
yes.
Oh,
But
so.
he decides to go tell Kristen and Zara
Hmm.
that the plan is to vote out Logan. He said, yeah, I think we can pull this off because all I need to do, me and Miles vote for Logan. We tell the girls to flip and we can do it. We don't need anybody else. I'm just letting you know. We don't need you, but yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. He just did not handle this in a way.
No.
Like he could have made it be like, hey, let's come up with this plan, but it almost felt like a threat.
That's my whole thing. I'm like, people don't want to be told what to do. They want to feel like the idea is their idea.
Mhm,
And that's what I like to make people feel like you are coming up with this plan and I'm going along with what you said. And I even though I planted to see, like, I mean, could we possibly do Logan? Is that an option or no? I mean, because if it's no, then that's no, and that's fine. They'd be like, oh no, no, we could definitely do that. And then if we do this, we have, yep, you right, you right, you right. That sounds like a really good plan. Then they feel included in the plan that you already had in your brain. And I was like, AJ is going to like, we don't need you, but I'm just telling you, who wants to hear that?
no
No,
one.
nobody. It's so weird. But then now, so Zara hears this and she's like,
I'm a
okay,
vault.
hold on.
I'm gonna go tell.
I'm gonna go tell. Hold on, Karen. They're trying to flip the vote. The boys are trying to flip the vote, and Karen is like, "Say what now?"
So Karen is a vault. She's gonna
Karen
go
is
tell.
also a vote. Everybody's involved, but everybody knows everybody's pin code to get into
Mhm,
such vaults. And so Karen walks over to AJ and Miles, and she's not happy with Kaylin too, by the way, because
mhm.
Kaylin is also hearing this plan for the first time. Um, and so he's like, "What? Okay." So they go over. Are we changing the vote? And Asia's like, yeah. So now all hell breaks loose because Karen is pissed. Like, I'm sick of these flippity floppity votes. I'm ready to just have a vote and be solid and know what we're doing. And now you change the vote because you want to change the vote and you don't want to have anybody's input. And you don't need this. You don't need people. Like, and Miles is sitting back there like, why are we telling it? This is not how, because did you see how Miles was just like, yeah, that's what it is. And no, we can do it. What do you want, Karen? Like he literally was like, whatever you want to do, Karen,
Yep.
playing both sides
Right.
in front of both of them.
He's like, I don't have an alliance with the girls. AJ
He
does.
does. And Angel's like, I mean, yeah, but no, but yeah, but I'm like, you're seeing this. Anybody else not suspicious of Miles at this point? Because he literally just played both sides in front of both sides' face.
Mhm.
Nobody called him out on it. Nobody questioned him about it.
It's all
Nobody
his
said
idea.
anything. It was all his idea. I was just like, this is wild. This is maddening. But it was so much happening. I don't even think they heard or processed that that was what was going on right
Mhm.
there in that moment. Because AJ was too busy backpedaling, like, no, I don't have an ally. I mean, what? No. Yes, but no, but I mean, you saw it. We're close. We're talking. Like, Oh, it was so wild.
But
So
he tries to win her back over. He pulls her aside. He's like, "Hey, I think we need to stick together because I'm not going to win that last challenge. You're not going to win that last challenge. So I think we need each other." And Kaz is not feeling it. She's like,
no.
"No, I'm ready. I'm ready to graduate. I'm the professor now. I'm ready for a divorce from the
Hmm.
graduates."
She already said she was the professor. Now she wants a divorce. Like she's
Mhm.
gonna leave the school. Period. Like
She is.
she found a better job at a private school
Yep.
somewhere else, and it's better.
AJ, you were not accepted to primary school.
You were not
Sorry.
accepted to primary school, AJ. I'm sorry, because Karen has graduated and she's moved to find better jobs.
Mhm.
She's now the principal or the chancellor at some schools now. That's how
Yep.
she wants to take it. But it's just wild. So everything is blowing up, and everybody's trying to figure out who they should vote for. And then it's time for tribal council, and nobody really has settled on anything.
Yep.
It's wild, wild. I tell you.
I think I think going into this, Logan was the person being voted out.
That's what I thought so too. And I was like, if it comes out, even though they hadn't made it really clear, I think it was definitely Logan at that point
Mhm.
going in.
Yeah, this was one of the few times where I'm like, I do think I know how this is gonna go.
And then
Even
we
though,
get to
you
yeah,
know,
go ahead.
Kaz did say, like, I'm considering whispering at tribal
Hmm.
council and turning the votes against Morgan. But I was like, I don't know that she would do that.
I don't know if she would do it. I don't know if she would actually have the gumption to actually do it, but
Mhm.
she definitely would think about it. Because we've had her say things like, "I might do this," and then don't do it
Right.
several times in this season. So we'll see. Um, so we get to tribal council. And first things first, we see Laura come in for the first time as a juror, and everybody's like, "Ooh, ow, ow, ow!" Like, yes, yes, taking a shower and doing your hair actually makes you look pretty.
Yep,
Mm,
it does.
it does. It helps. But then we find out that this tribal is not
Things are a
like
little different
a
this
little
time.
different, not the same. And I was like, okay, so is this the game changing twist that we were waiting on? Let's hear it, JLP. He said, first of all, you're not voting someone out. No one's going home. And I was like, okay, suspected that. But what is this game changing twist we got going on that's I've been waiting for all week?
Mhm.
And he says, we're going to break this down into two tribes, the barren and the bountiful. And I was like, what? What? We're going back to two tribes. Okay. So he lets us know that the Barren tribe is going to start with nothing. They're going to start off barren, just no
Yep.
shelter, no fire, no
No
food,
food.
no nothing. They have to go back to camp and they got to suffer through it. And then the Bounty tribe goes back to the old camp with all the stuff. They get breakfast in the morning, get a lot, just stuff. And I'm like, oh.
They get an advantage in the challenge
And the
too.
challenge, I'm like, oh, okay. And then whoever they won't get back together until after the immunity challenge or after tribal the next day.
Is that it? Because I'm
I
still
think he said
confused.
immunity
So yeah, but the way that I thought at first, I was like, okay, so it's gonna be the 5 people on the winning immunity tribe.
goes to
They
tribal, right?
I thought everybody still goes to tribal, but those 5 are safe. But now I'm not sure. I'm like, do the 5 people who win immunity not go and the
I
other
don't
people
know.
do? And even like looking at the challenge and seeing that like this is probably going to be a challenge that comes down to one person
One person
winning for their
winning
whole
for their
time,
whole,
whole
yeah.
team. It just makes me even more confused. I don't know how this is going to work.
I don't know. I'm not sure what is happening, but he said they don't get back together till after immunity. So
Hmm.
I'm like, so I'm guessing everybody would go to tribal,
I think.
but those five people on the losing are the only ones eligible to get voted out.
I kind of hope that's how it is after seeing
Yeah,
how
because
they. how everything split up because I'd be
Yeah,
very nervous for some people in one
yeah, yeah.
trip.
Because he did say that you can win immunity for your team.
Mhm.
So I think whoever loses, that whole team is eligible for to get voted out, and the one that won for their team, they are all safe.
Mhm.
That's what I took from it.
Yeah,
But and everybody goes to tribal, I guess I would
I
think.
think so.
But so Kate, being the winner of the immunity challenge, she is automatically on the bounty tribe.
Mhm.
So she gets to go back to old camp and all that stuff. And she gets to pick one person to go with her. And we're like, oh, automatically know who she's picking. Like,
I
duh.
was like, is there any reason she would not pick Morgan?
I don't I don't know a reason
Mm,
why she would not pick Morgan at this
the
point.
the only thing that I could think is like knowing that it could be just completely random who's going to be
Hmm.
in your group. Maybe I would want somebody who's a bigger target in my group in case I lose immunity. Like
Hmm.
bring over, I don't know, if you think Logan is going to be a big target already, maybe bring her over just so you know if your group loses, you'll have at least Logan there that people will want to vote for.
Yeah, but you also want numbers and you want somebody on your side. So I
But
don't want
not
to.
if everybody's voting, like all 10 of them are still voting, then the numbers don't really matter.
I would. Well, that's true. But I would not. The last thing I want to do is make my number one upset with me, and she randomly gets stuck on that funky tribe over there,
True, but
and
Morgan
then
clearly didn't seem to care that much.
she cared. She cared.
She
She just didn't
pretended
want to
like she
say
didn't.
she didn't. Look, I would pretend like, oh no, it's fine because I know she gonna pick me. But if she did not pick me, I'd be like, are you crazy? What? I was
She sure
trying to
put it
play it cool.
all on her shoulders.
I was trying to play it cool so you would think it was fine if you didn't, but you knew better. You better pick me. Why would you send me to it? No, or put my a risk that
Mhm.
I can go to. No, 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 no. She would have. If I was Morgan, I would have did the same thing. Like she doesn't have to pick me, but I'll be patting on the leg on the side like, no, she doesn't have to pick me, but you
Just
better pick
squeezing
me,
her
girl.
leg the whole
Right,
time,
like
digging
pinching on the side,
claws.
like you better pinch me, you better pick me, girl.
You better pinch me.
You better pick me, girl. Like if you and me was on, you would better have picked me. If you didn't
Mm.
pick me, David, I would be so pissed at you. I'd be like,
Well, of course.
how
But you
dare
wouldn't
you?
tell me not to pick you or that I don't have to.
Oh no, I wouldn't.
Mm.
I probably be like, I mean, of course,
You know what to do.
right. You know what to do,
You know
David.
what to do. Happy
David,
wife,
look,
happy life.
look, look. David's smart. David's smart. He knows exactly what to do. Cause
Yeah.
yeah, not picking. Oh God, no. And then making me have to draw rocks. Oh no.
It's funny because
Oh.
I think they were expecting to have like this big ceremonious like announcement of who it was
Hmm.
going to be. But Kate basically is just like, yeah, well, I would have picked her even because she's a Olympian like that.
Olympian.
And so JLP is like, oh, so that's who you're taking.
I was like,
Well, yeah.
yeah. I'm like, what do you want me to say? Hear ye, folks. I, Kate, am going to pick Morgan. Like,
No.
we know. We've been new, girl. We've been new. And Morgan's like, oh, me? Oh, thanks, Kate. Like, bestie, you better. So then it was going to go to a vote. And the two people with the highest amount of votes are going to be the first two people on the Baron tribe. So now, here's where things get a little live and spicy because Zara is the first one. Like, hold on. So she's jumps up and whispering to
Mhm.
whoever everybody, and so everybody else starts whispering. Once she started whispering, the whispering begins. It was like, we need to break up. Don't send AJ over there with the girls because AJ will want to work with them, and we don't need the numbers over there. Blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, so that's what made me confused too, because I was like, so are they all not voting? Is it what's happening? But I don't
Mm,
know. What you were saying earlier, like we don't know who's
yeah.
voting. or who's not voting, or if somebody's not voting. Like it was confused because they're like, we don't want to send AJ over there because AJ will just team up with the girls, but we don't want to send, we should send this person, send Logan, send AJ, send Paulie, like all these names started going around who should go over, who should get the votes.
Hmm.
And eventually the votes happened, and they end up voting Paulie first, and then they tied it with AJ and Logan. So
Hmm.
now we have to do a revote between
Poor
AJ
Polly.
and
Polly
Logan.
was not
It's like,
happy.
what did I
This was
do?
a
Why am I being punished?
this is Polly and the no good, terrible, whatever.
Bad news bears, bad news Paulie day, because Paulie got
Yes.
all the crap today in this episode. I felt bad. I did feel bad for Paulie in this episode. I was like, oh, poor Paulie. But he was gone. So it was between AJ and Logan. And so the votes went, and it was back and forth. AJ, Logan, AJ, Logan, AJ, Logan, Logan, Logan. So Logan and Paulie are the two
Hmm.
starting off the Baron tribe. And Logan is like, Caitlin, did you vote for me? And Caitlin's like, yeah. And
I
she's
was
like,
trying to
oh.
balance the. It was about balancing the tribes.
The tribe, and Caitlin and Logan's like, "Oh, I can't, yeah, whatever. I see my friends are." I'm like, girl, you take everything so personal. Oh my God. It is not about friendship. This is Survivor. This is not about your friends.
Hmm.
We did not come on this show saying, I want to make new friends. We came on this show trying to win money and be the sole survivor. Relax. Like, calm down. Calm down, girl. Like, relax. But so she's upset because she has to go and be uncomfortable. I'm like, girl, this whole thing is uncomfortable. You should be used to being uncomfortable at this point by now, right? But so now we have to pick rocks. And the black rocks means you go to the bounty, the white rocks mean you go to the Baron. I was like, yes, I'm glad black rocks means something good instead of
Hmm.
usually they try to make the black rocks
Right.
always mean something bad. And I'm like, can we get the black rocks something good? So black shout out to you, Australian Survivor, for making the black rocks something good. Period. Uh, um, but we see Zara and AJ and Karen all get white rocks. And Miles. No, not Miles.
They
Miles
all
got a
get
black
black
rock.
rocks.
They get
AJ,
black rocks. Yeah,
Karen,
they
and
get black
Zara.
rocks. Yeah, AJ Carnes are all get black rocks. So they're going to the bounty with uh Morgan and
Morgan.
Kate.
Okay.
And then you have Kaylin, Miles, and Kristen
Kristen.
all going to the Baron tribe with Holly and Logan.
Yep.
And then at that moment I was like, oh Kaylin, you got to deal with this all night. I'm sorry. You got to deal with the wrath of Logan because she's mad at you.
Hmm.
You'll
Yeah.
talk his way out of it.
This made me nervous seeing how the bounty tribe is because we know that Morgan and Kate like AJ. They want to work with AJ. So if
Mhm.
it's those three against Karen and Zara, it wouldn't look good if it's just that group going to tribal.
Yeah. Because
So
if it's just that group, Karin is gone.
I think so.
Because it'll be 3 against 2 if Zara sticks with Karin.
Hmm.
But Zara is quick to flip on anybody, so I wouldn't be surprised if she was like, I gotta let it go. But yeah, it wouldn't look good if it's just that. But if it's everybody, she still has a good shot of staying.
Hmm. The other tribe's a little more tricky if it's just those five. I mean, we know Miles is close to both Kaylin and Polly, so I think the
Hmm.
guys would be safe, and it would probably come down to do we want to finally cut Logan, or do we want to take out Kristen, who's just kind of a number floating along?
Right. I think they'll probably take out Logan at that point.
Prob-
I would, especially if she go back to camp and act up. If she
Right.
because she's so mad, I would probably be Karin. But I mean Logan at that point.
Hmm.
But that's it. We don't
That's it.
know. We don't know where it's going, who what's gonna happen. We do get the preview. We see that the challenge is hanging on the pole.
Hmm.
So again, endurance challenge,
Yep.
and I think Kate got a really good shot at winning this too.
Yeah, but I think Logan could do really
Logan
well at
does
this too.
too. Yeah, Logan can do. I think it might come down to those two, maybe Morgan if she can.
Hmm.
Has upper body strength. So,
But do the bounty girls want to win it?
do the bounty girls want to win it? That is something we shall see.
You know.
I think AJ will be plotting,
Hmm.
but we'll see what happens. But that is that on that. We're done, and we'll be back next tomorrow. I don't know if I'll say next week. We'll be back tomorrow to talk about episode 17 of Survivor Australia. We appreciate you taking the time to check us out and leave comments. David and I love to see comments. So let us know what you think about this season. Let us know if you know what the Steve uh
Yeah.
reference
Steve,
was from
Bradbury.
yes, Steve Bradbury from Kaylin. Let us know what you know about all of that. Uh, just tell us what you think about the show. Let us know. We love to hear the comments. Love to hear what you think. Follow us on this channel. Please subscribe. Help us reach our goal to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We would appreciate it. Follow all of our other channels. All the links will be in the description below in the link tree, as well as our audio podcast links, our Patreon, all of our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. You can follow David and myself on those same platforms, Instagram being right there, and everything else down there. And get your merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link was in the description below. And we're gonna get out of here because we got nothing. We got other things to do. We
Hmm.
got other things to do, people. So thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you and cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.